Hey guys, Mustached here to review The Last of Us, Episode 5, Feel Her Love. So, the Vengeance arc is officially underway, as Dina and Ellie continue to make their way toward the hospital. During this run, they encounter inside a building several infected, avoiding wolves along the way, dealing with wolves trying to get out, and through, an unexplained situation, Jesse arrives on the scene, on a both near-death experience for the two of them. So, yes, for those who don't remember, in the video game The Last of Us, Jesse just kind of arrives and finds you magically in The Last of Us video game part 2. So, he kind of does that again here. Probably would have been nice to actually get an explanation this time around. Nope. But hey, sometimes flaws remain flaws, and I'm always going to point them out, but, I would say, outside of that, the rest of the episode is pretty damn good. Dealing with, again, the smart infected, dealing with the wolves. Then the trio now ending up in Scar, or, I forget their full name, the full group name, the Seraphites, there we go. Running into their territory in the woods, or this little park area, and then Ellie proceeding alone as she tells the other two to back off as she will distract. She makes her way alone into the hospital, where she deals with Nora. I believe that is the order, of Nora being the first among the little group that she does kill, if I remember the game sequences. But now that Jesse and Tommy are here, both of their deaths are now on the table, and if I remember correctly, I think they both die. So, there's that. So we will see, how much more pain there will be. But we learn, at least earlier on in the episode, at the very, very beginning, that cordyceps are indeed spreading in the air now, at least in certain areas. So they actually brought that into the show proper. That's something that is a part of the video games. And their character Joel has to wear the gas mask in those parts, and Elia, obviously being immune, can kind of just walk through. So obviously, as Nora is dying due to being in this area, Ellie, I will say, everyone keeps, the people I've heard criticize the show at least, they keep saying, oh, she doesn't look like she can carry out a Vegence mission. She knows how to flip a fucking switch. I don't know what show these people have been watching. Bella Ramsey has been fucking phenomenal so far, I would argue. I mean, granted, I will give them the whole weird face thing, sure, but that's sort of, I don't know, more so mocking the actress, I guess. At least that's what it comes across as, at least to me. Because I hear them point that out in, almost every episode, so... Anyway, moving along, so yeah, we see that Nora does not give up that position of where Abby is. She even tries to conflict Ellie with the information about why they did to Joel what they did, and Ellie says, I know. So she kind of put things together here, or she said she already knew, so interesting little detail there. And then proceeds to finish the deed, as it were. And then we have an abrupt cut, as it seems like we cut to what appears to be a flashback, obviously, because Joel's there. The person that I kept hearing was not going to appear in flashbacks from everyone who's been criticizing the show. That she was just going to... that these two were just going to carry the entire season pretending as if Jesse and Tommy weren't going to arrive like they did in the video game. Like, do the people criticizing this show not remember what happened in the video game at all? Like, it consistently boggles my mind that there have been so many criticisms levied, like, oh, since Joel's gone, she can't carry The Last of Us. It's like, they're gonna have the flashbacks. I mean, that was so obvious, and now we're gonna get them clearly in episode 6. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I think following this up from the episode prior, I think we are just trailblazing, with the exception of, again, like, one flaw. Like, I was able to point out one flaw. Like, whoop-de-doo. Like, to me, that doesn't ruin the show. It's a bit convenient, at most. Like, that, I'm sorry, but that's just not enough for me to be like, that's just objectively bad. That's stupid. Like, no. You have to have a level of convenience in certain areas, and I understand that. It's like, yeah, it's... like, convenience is just sort of things that just happen, right? At the end of the day. So I think we have been on an up trajectory, despite the down trajectory of audience viewership. And I think it's just the same as Walking Dead, but kind of worse. I mean, I've said it a million times. Glenn's death is one of my favorite episodes, and it's one of my favorite horror deaths of all time. Like, top 3. I've said that. I would argue it's still better than Joel's in both versions, honestly. I mean, I would obviously put TV Joel's above video game Joel's, because that one had to be the stupidest of the 3. Obviously. So, I'm keeping track of which way we are at. Yeah. I buy the little romantic little flusters here and there throughout the episode through Dina and Ellie at the beginning of the episode. Again, Jesse just popping up out of nowhere is the criticism, obviously. Everything else is just solid through and through. So yeah, I'm going to continue watching the show. I think it's fantastic. I think that the people that dropped off, if they were casual fans, they were too emotionally invested in one character and they couldn't brave it out. And their emotion, it's an emotional thing, right? That's all there is to say. It's like, yeah, you couldn't emotionally continue. But for the reviewers, I think finding things to criticize, especially in the previous episode, is a bit bizarre. If anything, I said as much. I think the previous episode was the best thus far. This episode, again, outside of that one convenience, I would say this is a really extremely good, decent follow-up. If pretty much just as good as the previous episode, if anything. You know, extremely tight in terms of just like knowing when to have that action, and you know, now separating it between the different factions and the clickers, or the smarter clickers in this case, I guess. I don't know if they have a separate name. I don't remember in the game if they were called like runners or something. Anyway, so yeah, I think we're on an uphill trajectory, honestly, so far. And yeah, I can't wait to see how people are going to find a way to criticize this episode. I mean, the Jesse one, the thing, I'll give everyone that. Like, that's silly, right? It's everything else in this episode that I'm really going to be like, are you criticizing this just to you know, to keep up that whole political bullshit, or just to be angry just for the sake of being angry? Because, I don't know, I couldn't find anything else to criticize in this episode. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough, but it is what it be. Anyway, if you ended up enjoying this review, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out those links in the description. One will head you over to my petition about smaller YouTubers, second to my PayPal, where you can help support me, my channel directly, and third to my Discord server, where you can join Collab Shield, do all that cool stuff for free. And until next time, everyone, bye-bye.